go ahead and start the music now. All right, that's way too loud. I'm not gonna want to have to talk over that. Tone it down a bit. Got 5 tips for y'all. What's going on, everybody? James with That's Right Lawn Care. Wanted to jump on here and share with you some tips that I've found that makes my business a little bit more profitable. Time is money. Time is money. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that your time is worth something. Everybody knows that time spent doing nothing is earning nothing. So what I wanted to do was hop on here and give you 5 tips that may help you out, may help you make a little bit more money. So as I was mowing today, I was thinking to myself, how can I make my business more profitable? What steps have I taken to make my business more profitable? Now, of course, I'm not 100% on all of these things, but they will help your business. Some of you guys are already doing this. Some of you have this down to a T. Some of you are lacking a little bit, and I hope that this helps you. So, first of all, route density. Let's talk about route density. Route density means you've got a day set to a specific area of your town or city or place that you are mowing. You want houses in that area. You want yards in that area. You want your business to be in that specific area. Now, logistics is a whole nother story of, you know, everybody's got their own take on logistics. Everybody's got their own route set up to how you're going to drive out at the beginning of the day to get to that yard. You're going to drive to the farthest yard away. In some cases, that's the best way to do. And it all is going to depend on how your route is set up. How many houses you have in that area, how many yards you have in that area, how many jobs you have in that area. Of course, in most cases, for me, I believe working out your farthest place and working back in is probably going to be the best idea, because in some instances, in some cases, in some towns, you're going to have a noise ordinance that you have to stick to. Of course, everybody wants to get started early, so you want to get to that first yard and work your way back. If you've got a 20-minute drive to your first yard, say if your noise ordinance ends at 8 a.m., that's when you can start mowing, which in our area, that's pretty much 8 a.m. is when we can start mowing. In some cases, you know, we get on some properties or some commercial properties, that's a whole nother story. You can start a little earlier. But residential properties, we can start at 8 a.m. So if we're able to meet up at the house at 7:30, go out to that first yard, we get there at 7:50, something like that. Get out of the truck, get some line in our pocket, stuff like that. 8 o'clock, we're able to start. We can go. So from that point, of course, we can work our way back. Setting up your route. Now, in some cases, I do have routes that I do the closest yard to my house. And then we'll work our way out, but we work our way in a circle. And like I said, of course, this is going to depend on how your yards are set up, how your routes are set up. Routes can be made to work so much better for your business, for time, for mileage, for all kinds of things. So route density. Now, of course, you may have some yards that are stragglers, that are not necessarily would fit into any kind of route or anything like that. And usually how I go about that is my Friday route. My Friday route usually runs 50 to 60 miles on the truck. And it's just so spread out. But we make it work, we make it profitable, we make it happen. So that is route density for you. Tip number 2 is going to be morning and evening prep. So you want to prepare for the day. In the mornings, if you want to go get gas, stuff like that. Now, what I like to do is I like to do all that before somebody, if I'm having a helper for the day, I like to go out, and if I need to get gas in the truck or gas in the mowers or anything like that, I like to try and do that before we get our day started. If we start at 8 a.m., I'm up at 7 at the gas station at 7:15. Gas station's right down the road, and I'm a guy, so I get dressed real quick. Get to that gas station, pump some gas. If I need to go across the street to the store, get some water, get some ice, get some drinks in the cooler, stuff like that. You want to do that while your employee is not on the clock. We're talking about saving money here. Saving time, saving money, being more profitable. So that's some things I like to do while I'm by myself. That's why it's morning and evening preparation. So if you need to make bank runs or something like that, most of us are out working before banks are open, and we usually work until after banks are closed. You know, that's kind of a hard thing to do. Sometimes we like to take, if we're taking a lunch break or something like that, I'll swing by the bank, and that, you know, that helps a little bit. But sometimes when we're not getting started as early, or if we got a rain day or something like that, that's when I try and make my bank runs. Tip number 3, customer payments. Now, something I just started doing this year, and you know, I'm glad I'm learning all this too. Again, like I say, I'm not 100% on all of this. I'm still working. I'm human. I'm trying to get this done. But the more I sit and think about it, the more I want to share it with y'all. The more I want to work on it for myself. Customer payments. This year I started accepting card on file. Card on file has really helped, especially with the COVID hitting and stuff like that. A lot of customers, you know, want to pay through Cash App or Venmo or PayPal or whatever. And you know, I've set up all 3 of those to accept money on, you know, just to make it a lot easier. I can finish a yard, send a payment request. All of my customers usually pay it within the first 30 minutes. It's there. It simplifies things a lot. You're not having to stand around, wait on a check. We're talking about saving time, talking about being more profitable, getting back onto those yards. So card on file is a big thing. And it's something that I wish I had done last year and maybe even the year before, but it has been a tremendous help for us to finish up a yard, jump in the truck, go off to the next one. That also keeps you from, you know, having those conversations and stuff like that, which we're going to get into in tip number 5. So the customer payments, I still have, you know, I accept money just about any way you can think of. I'm easy to work with. As long as I get paid for the job I do, I'm not worried about it. I do a really good job at keeping up with all of my books and all of my paperwork, and I'm on top of it. And that's, you know, that goes along with payments and stuff like that. You want to be on top of it. If you're not, it can get out from under you. You show up to a yard and your customer's like, do I owe you anything else for the last time? Did I pay you the last time? Do I have an outstanding balance with you? You know, you got to be on top of that stuff. That's where professionalism comes in. So customer payments, tip number 3. Tip number 4. Like I said, I'm not 100% on all of this. I'm not on my game on every single bit of this. Tip number 4, health and hydration. Your body is the most, how'd I get grass on there? Your body is the most important tool you have. You want to stay hydrated. When I'm mowing these yards, I'm drinking 3-4 bottles of water on the yard. Okay, that's cool. We understand it's hot, but you get home, you still need to be drinking water. When you're going to bed, you still need to be drinking water. I keep a gallon of water next to my bed at all times. Sometimes it's like a half a gallon, but that's because I'm drinking it. I stay hydrated. Now, the health part, like I said, I could work on that, sure. I definitely could. I could shed a few pounds, but in the end, couldn't we all shed a few pounds? So that doesn't matter. I have been known to work circles around skinny guys. This is what I do. This is what I've always done. I'm acclimated to the heat really well, even though I'm sitting in the air conditioner right now. I'm well acclimated to the heat. I've done this a while. I know what I can handle. You always want to be hydrated, even when you're not out in the heat working. Drink those bottles of water. What do they recommend? 8 glasses of water a day. Double that if you're working in the heat. Triple that if you're me. Also, an important thing, I believe is an important thing, is breakfast. It doesn't have to be bacon, eggs, gravy, biscuit, sausage, pancakes, waffles, It can be, just something. You have to get something on your stomach when you start your day, or else you will feel miserable by lunchtime. You need to get that little bit of energy in you. That way you can start your day. I believe, whether it's a bowl of cereal, oatmeal, even a shake, a protein shake. If you start your day with a protein shake, by all means, it's something. It's something on your stomach. So that's my take on health and hydration. Tip number 5, and I think this is a big time-saving tip that will help you. I hope it helps you. I need to work on it a little bit myself because I tend to let this eat up a lot of my time. But it is going to be customer communication. Now, there's going to be a 2-parter to this one. So part number 1 is going to be, of course, communicating with your customer and letting them know that you're getting out there. That way, they can have the yard cleaned up, they can have the gate unlocked, they can have yada, yada, yada. They know that you're on your way. They know to have the yard ready for you, whether it be a car in the way or a car in the yard or toys in the yard or something like that. You want that yard to be cleaned up. It's a big hustle to get out here and do this. You have to hustle. You got to get on them yards quick, get off the yard, get on to the next one if you're gonna do well in this business. Time is money. The quicker you can get done with a yard, get on to the next one, the better. Part B to this is going to be conversations. Now, conversations are a big part of, gaining that friendship, gaining that trust with your customer. I've got customers, I could sit and talk to forever. I could sit and chat about this, chat about that. Then again, I got customers that tell me the same thing every time I'm there. They end up being 15, 20-minute conversations. If I know I'm in a rush, we'll say, for instance, this last Monday, we got stopped by the rain. It was our last yard of the day. We had to finish it off on Tuesday. I had several customers that, wanted to chit-chat on Monday. And I'm fine with it. I don't mind a chit-chat. I love a good conversation. But when I come up and say, hey, I try and limit these conversations a little bit, say, hey, yeah, we got, 7 more yards to cut. It's 6:30 p.m. and I got 7 yards to cut. That should be an indication. Oh, well, here, let me get your check, or let me get you paid, get you back down the road. Some customers, it just doesn't happen. Some customers just chit chat. It's hard to limit conversation because you don't want to feel like that guy that's, just there to, hey, I'm cutting your yard, don't talk to me. If this is going to work out better, that you mail me a check and we don't even talk. That's not the kind of lawn care service I want to be. I maintain my friendliness with all my customers. I love talking to all my customers. But when I'm in a rush, I'm in a rush. I've got a guy on the clock here. He's sitting there at the truck ready to go. We need to go. So limiting conversations is definitely something I need to work on. For some of those customers that, whenever you go to chit chat and they're always telling you the same thing or want to give you their life story every time you talk to them, it's really hard to just say, hey, I don't have time, I gotta go. It's hard to do that. I do not want to be that guy. So what I've found that works really well for me is, being straight up with them and saying, hey, I've only got a couple minutes and I'm gonna have to hit the road. Just kind of be nice about it. We've got you know, X amount of yards, and I've got this guy on the clock. And you know, if you need to tell me your life story, feel free. You have my number. You know, I'm usually done working around this time. Pretty much free after that. Feel free to call me. We can chit chat and talk about your mother's brother's husband or whatever. You know. Wait. So most of my chatty customers, for the most part, are going to be, you know, elderly, single, and they really don't have anybody to talk to. I'm probably the only person they've seen all week, and that's kind of where I hold it in my heart that some of these people just don't have anybody to talk to, especially elderly when COVID hits and not a lot of people are coming around. But that's going to wrap up tip number 5, customer communication. I hope this helped you. Talking about it and sitting here, you know, thinking more about it has kind of helped me a little bit in a way where, you know, it's got my brain working. You know, we all got into this business to make money. I mean, don't lie. We all got into lawn care. We quit our 9 to 5, or in my case, it was a 7 to 5:30. You know, that place was holding me back from, you know, cutting grass. And it's kind of weird to say that, but I'm out here making more than I was there. We'll just put it that way. I was being held back at a 7 to 5:30, 40-hour, 48-hour, 56-hour, however much it ended up being, hour job, working for somebody else. I wanted to better my family. I wanted to provide better for my family. So I decided to get out here and start hustling. Now anybody can get out here and cut grass. I'm not saying you can't. But there is a hustle to this game that some of y'all that may be thinking about it, you got to have a mindset. You have to have a business mindset, not just a working mindset. I can get out here and do this work all day. The business side of this is new to me. I can do all this work. It's the business that I am coming to find that it's difficult. There's a lot to it. And there is a lot to learn. I'm still learning. I'm trying to help y'all as I go along with, and of course I wrote it down on a piece of paper, with being able to become more profitable, to being able to make more money. So guys, I hope this helped you. If it did, please hit that like button. If you knew all these things beforehand and you've got some more tips for me, throw them in the comments, because I'm learning too. I'm here to learn. I'm here to help some people, and I'm here to learn. Guys, if y'all enjoyed the content today, please hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave me some comments to let me know if I'd missed anything on any of these topics, or if you have other tips for me. Feel free to leave them in the comment section. But guys, I hope y'all had an awesome Thursday. Probably not going to do a video tomorrow. We might. We're going to look at some yards here in a little while. I say we. It's just me today. Going to look at some yards here in a little while. I had several calls today. Going to look at some stuff tomorrow. Big shrub job. Might get it. Who knows? But stay tuned. If I got a video tomorrow, you'll see it. If not, hope y'all have an awesome weekend. Maintenance Sunday. It's going to happen. Got some stuff that I'd like to share with y'all. So hope y'all had an awesome day. See y'all on Sunday. Peace.
Perfect.